Only he don't have a son, he don't have another daughter. That was his only child.
Yeah.
That is just sad. But I want to move on next to another spicy topic. Um, well, I think what we just talked about, guns and
Right.
the Second Amendment and all that stuff. That is a spicy topic. That is just something that's always on the minds of Americans.
Yeah.
But another spicy topic is abortion. That's another topic that America just is just a problem for us. And recently, there has been a leak that the American government is trying to uh, overturn the Roe v. Wade court case decision. Um, Jayla, I'm gonna let you have the floor and speak first.
Mm.
Um, because I feel like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this is Ari. This is a woman. We
Yeah.
already know what she has to say." But I'm gonna let you speak and what you have your opinion because you are from the male descent. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let you go first.
Uh, you know, I ain't really know much about, like, I know Roe versus Wade, of course, but I didn't I didn't know much about it until we started talking about it, like, off camera. We started kind of talking about it a little bit. You had asked me, did I hear about it and stuff, and then I kind of started doing my research and looking on the news and stuff, started seeing it. But uh I don't, my stand on it is, I feel like, and I don't want to step on no toes, but, like, me personally, I'm kind of like on the fence, because it's just like I do understand both sides. Personally, just, you know, I understand, like, from a woman's perspective, like, I guess you can say that that's their body. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a woman's body. That's her temple. She can do what she want with it, and, whatever. But then on the other side, I can see, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you kind of laid down, you did what you did, and now it's just time to take responsibility. So I can see both sides. Of it, but, I'm neutral on it. I'm not really, personally, I'm not. I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't get myself in that situation of where, like, you know, um, obviously everybody make mistakes, and I'm not, getting on people for not, you know, making a mistake. I'm not trying to put them down, but, like, me personally, I just want to put myself in a situation to make that mistake, I guess you could say, or slip up like that. Me personally, I just feel like I would just, that situation alone, if I'm gonna try to have a baby or whatever, I'm gonna do it with the person I know I want to be with, not just messing around and just risking it all. And then, what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But me personally, I'm neutral. I can see both sides. I understand both sides. But I'm not really picking a side. I can just, somebody be like, "Oh, this is my body, boo boo boo." I get that, and you're totally right. That is your body. I ain't got nothing against it. But if somebody be like, "No, what I'm saying, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just, I should have, I shouldn't have did it in the first place. I'm gonna take responsibility." I can see that part too. So, I, I mean, it is what it is. I, me personally, I'm in the middle. Like, I just like support whoever. Like, if it's my close people, I support the decision they make. You know what I'm saying? Of any way. But, like, I guess you can say I'm on the. I guess you can say I'm more on the pro-life side of it, because I try, like, me personally, if there's a way to get that person to have the baby and not, like, have an abortion and stuff like that, and just keep the baby, I would kind of push towards that, just so that child will have a chance to live, I guess you can say. But what you got on there, I can't really, be like, I don't know. I just feel like I can't really say much because I'm not a woman. So like, I don't think I don't think my opinion kind of matter in this. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think my opinion matters in this because like, you know, what how do you feel about it? Because I'm kind of just in the middle, I guess you can say.
Okay. I don't really know if I'm pro-life or pro-choice. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I want you to gauge on which one you think I am.
Okay.
Now, if a woman is raped, now a lot of people say rape is only like makes up a small percentage of the people who get aborted. I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I will really feel for a woman who I've never had this experience. God forbid I ever have to have this experience. But if a woman gets raped and ends up getting pregnant, I feel like she should have that as an option.
Right.
Because like you don't understand. I value mothers. I put good mothers. I put y'all on a pedestal.
Right,
Because
right.
who in the world wants to carry? I don't want to say who in the world wants to, but like pregnancy for me on the outside looking in, it doesn't look easy. For me, just looking from the, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for you to go through that and have birth and pay for everything, Similac expensive, diapers expensive. Let me not even go that route. Let me not, because I can go on a tangent. But yeah, like motherhood, that's something I'm not gonna do.
Right.
That gotta be something in you. Who, if you want to, because I know if I wanted to be a mother, I would want to be like good, really good. And I'm at a point in my life where mentally I know I can't. Because as a human being, you have to know what you can handle. Maybe I can in the future, but how my personality is set up right now and how I deal with children, no, I'm in that don't be a mother category. Definitely no. Somebody gonna have to work on me to put me in that category. So if I ever reach that category, then I can think about having a child. But no. But that's a whole nother tangent. So another thing I want to talk about. So rape instances, I feel like women should have that option.
Right.
Instances when you just out here trying to collect a check from a baby daddy. Now here's another thing. A lot of people want to say like, we want women's opinions. I get that. But gentlemen, men, let me not say gentlemen, let me just say men, because some of y'all ain't gentlemen out here. Some of y'all don't fit into that category of be a gentleman. Because if you was a true gentleman and you ended up having a child with a woman, you'll be like, yeah, let's have a baby. I'm here for it. I'm here for him, her, whatever the gender of the child is. I'm going to be there. I'm going to participate. Granted, the baby mama or the wife or the girlfriend that you have isn't spiteful and try to push, you away from being in the child life. But yeah, I want to be here. You'll take care of that child. That's what a gentleman is. Some people that just want it, some men that just want to hit it and put it, and then let's say they make abortion illegal, right? You're going to have a lot of upset men because abortion is illegal. Every month you're going to get hit with, where my child support check at? He going to be like, well, you should have had an abortion. Well, baby, I can't. It's illegal. Ugh. So I feel like a lot of men who are just kind of just out here living life and don't want to have any responsibilities, I feel like y'all should be up in arms about this whole getting rid of abortion thing. Because if you get rid of abortion and she's forced to have the child, that's more money coming out of your paycheck, player. And I don't feel like that's something you would want.
Yeah, you're right. But then that puts that in the mindset of like.
So I just feel like I'm sorry for cutting you off, but let me say this. If they get rid of abortion, people are going to have to just be more responsible. They're going to have to be. Because for the sake of the child, please, you're just gonna have to be more responsible with what you do, who you around, and even in situations when, like, you just going out with your girls and you end up like, if the girl herself gets drunk, like she consciously put herself in that situation. I want to go out and get drunk, and then that guy takes advantage of you. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have sympathy for you, but that's not you being responsible.
Right.
You need to if you had into I'm gonna go out here and get drunk, and you know you in a group of men. I don't care who it is. If you are a female and you go outside in public, or you could be inside in your own home and have other men around you, and you purposely get drunk, you need to consciously be. I don't want to say consciously, but before you become unconscious with the drinking, before that, you need to consciously be aware. Even if you're close with these men, there's a chance that you can get raped. I'm sorry. That's just the kind of mindset you have to have. That's kind of like the all men. You know how some guys be like, not all men. I'm sorry. You just gonna have, for your own safety, have an all men mentality. I saw this thing. A lot of men don't like it when women say all men, because not all men are like that.
Right.
And a lot of men didn't get it. Now, this guy made this analogy to bring it home for a couple of fellas. He said, when you have a gun and when you go through proper training says you're supposed to treat all guns like it's loaded. It might not necessarily be loaded, but you don't know. You can't tell.
Right.
From the inside, from outside, from just looking outside on the outside of the gun. You can't tell if it's loaded or not. The same with a guy. You can't tell what his true, 100% what his true intentions are. The same way how you supposed to treat a gun like it's loaded, whether you know it or not. The same way how some women move, we treat all guys. I mean, you ain't gotta be mean to them, but it's a level of caution you gotta have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A level of caution, how you supposed to handle a gun, whether you know if it's loaded or not. The same way as a woman's supposed to have a certain level of caution when we are around men. And for me, I have that same level of caution whether you have a penis or a vagina. I don't care. Especially if I don't know you.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I mean,
but
yeah.
What was you finna say? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
I so forgot about.
I'm sorry.
I so forgot.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. I think I was finna say like, dang, bro, what I was finna say. I think I was just finna like kind of back off what you were saying earlier. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if they do overturn it, or if they, you know what I'm saying, if it do happen where they overturn it and abortion is illegal and Plan Bs and all that's illegal, I feel like it's gonna force more people to be responsible. But at the same time, like, let's be honest, bro. No, it's not. It's not.
Not
bro.
a lot of people are gonna be responsible, and that's the sad part. Because then you're gonna have if there's a lot of people who have children and they're not ready, if it's not like a rape situation, or they were just out here having fun and they end up having children left and right, you're gonna see the poverty level, or like more struggling people, families, or whatever you want to say. More.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it sucks because like that's what's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have more like poverty kids, more, you know, people in poverty, growing up in poverty and stuff like that. And it sucks, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just you really can't, like, I feel like there's too many, I guess you could say, scenarios or what ifs. Like with this, I guess you can say this specific thing, it's like a lot of what ifs. Like, so it's crazy because you can think of bad too, like you said, the rape situation and stuff like that. They should have that option. But then you got, on the other hand, you got all these young millennials, young kids out here that just want to hit it and quit it, do all this other stuff. And then now you got, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like responsibility versus like, you know, like, I don't know, it's a lot to go into it, and it's a lot, you know. A lot of people can say got a lot of things for pro-choice, and then at the same time they got a lot of things for pro-life. So it's really, I don't know, because I mean, me personally, I'm just like, whatever, bro. Like, I know that's bad. Like, what some people would say is bad if you like pro-choice, because like you're not letting that kid live, and I get that. I totally get that side of it. Like, obviously I understand, but then at the same time, somebody could say, well, my kid won't, you know, my kid not fit for it, whatever, you know, wouldn't be in the right situation, I don't want him growing up in this. in poverty or whatever. But then
See,
on top of that, to rebuttal that, somebody can say, what about adoption? It's a lot. It's, you know what I'm saying? You see how it stack up and like how
right.
it just stack up on each other. That's why like I really don't get into that conversation a lot, because like you can say something, you can have a valid point, but somebody's gonna stack back on top of you with a different rebuttal. So it's kind of like with that, it's just on, I feel like it's based on opinion. I don't really have no side, I guess. It's just really based on who you are and like what kind of person you are and how you grew up. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a certain group of people that's just irresponsible, that's just gonna go out here, do what they want, just mess around, whatever, and not thinking about the consequences. And then, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop. But then you're gonna have this side where, you know, like the bad situation, like a lady got molested or raped and stuff like that, and you know, this should be an option for her. So I mean, that's why I'm kind of like, I guess you can say I'm neutral, because it's a lot of ways you can look at it, and it's just really based on who you are as a person and where your heart at. But I mean, personally, I just feel like it is a woman's choice. But if I had, like, you know what I'm saying, if there was I guess you can say, an option, or you know, or whatever, you know, I'm always, it's so contradicting, bro, because I say I'm pro-choice, but then like I choose the side of life, bro. I don't know, like, where, I don't know where to, it's like I'm like here, because I would do anything, you know what I'm saying, for that, you know, like if a friend of mine is having a kid, I would want them to have that kid, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. If she want to put it up for adoption, that could be a thing, you know what I'm saying. If she can't take care of it, put it up for adoption. But like, other than that, I would kind of choose, hey, have the kid, and then if you can't take care of him, or you feel like you can't do nothing for the kid, put him in adoption. But man, bro, I just rambling on and on, bro. It's so much, bro.
I think for me, I just want to hold people responsible for their actions. Like, be, you know what I mean? Like, don't just be out here, no condom, no plan B. You just out here having abortions left and right. Like, bro, that's not, no, I don't really like that. So I guess when I say that, a lot of people be like, "Oh, Ari's pro-life."
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say that, bro. I was gonna say that,
bro. No. Listen, I'm not done.
You sounded pro-life-ish, bro.
I'm not pro. I don't want to say I'm pro-life, because a lot of people who are pro-life, they're not really pro-life. They just pro-birth. They just want you to have birth. Yeah. Me, I don't want like a situation if somebody who's in poverty and they really can't afford this child, and you force them to have this child, now you're forcing another person to live in poverty. I don't want that for anybody, especially a child.
Right.
So I feel like if you want to force these people or these women to have these children, please make it accessible for them to give this child a proper life. Because to me, a child is special. A child is innocent. A child is a gift. You know what I mean? And for me, because remember I told you earlier, if I would be a mother, I would want to be the best that I can. I want to provide anything that I can, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and I'm not there. So that's why I'm saying I don't want no children.
Yeah.
I don't even think I ever will get there. But I feel like, just having that mentality of like, hey, because that's the level I hold good mothers, and that's the level that I hold children. If you bring these children into this world, I want the children to have the best life you can give them.
Right.
That's why I'm not necessarily pro birth. Because I don't want you just having a child and you can't take care of it. And a lot of people who are quote unquote pro-life, how you gonna claim to be pro-life? You want these people to have these children, but then that life that you want these children to live ain't necessarily sustainable. These parents can't even sustain for these children, and these children go into these foster care systems. Nobody want them. Nobody want to take care of them. You see what I'm saying? I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, bro.
And then it deems you to ask the question, which one's more important? Just life in general, or like an actual life this child can have that's prosperous, so they can make something of themselves, so they won't feel like they're not wanted.
Well, And that's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like at this point, bro, I'm just pro common sense. Like, if you know you're in a situation where you can't take care of no kid, you in college, you in school, whatever the case may be, you don't have no job, you still living with your mom, you whatever the case may be, and you out here just wilding out and having kids and wop, like at a certain point you gotta think to yourself, bro, even as a kid, like I understand some people make mistakes, but at the same time, you gotta think to yourself, like, bro, you can't be out here wilding. Like,
Look, if it was
understand,
me,
like,
if it was me, if I was the government, if I was God, if I had some type of control over all these people on this planet, if it was me, whether you a man or a woman, if you just out here wilding out, I'm gonna put a chastity belt on both of y'all. So y'all won't have the opportunity to procreate because y'all don't have the brains, y'all don't have the brain cells to have responsibility. You don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? You're not sustainable. You're emotionally out of whack. You don't know how to emotionally be there for a child. You see, if it was me, I wouldn't let y'all spread y'all genes with anybody if it was up to me.
yeah.
But
And I think that's where, like, I don't want to say, well, shoot, that's where these quote unquote bad children come from. You know what I'm saying? Even necessarily, they might not just be bad, just like misguided because their parents was like, you know what I'm saying? Their parents are just out here doing whatever. And then they wasn't ready to take care of him or her. And then now this child is, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this not happening, but like, you know, if a child raising a child, bro, like, you know,
I know what you mean.
it's basically like the blind leading the blind. Like, both of y'all still in that development stage, like trying to figure out life. Basically, y'all growing up together, and that shouldn't be. That's why all these bad kids out here for real, because they don't got no parent. They don't got no parent to tell them what's right from wrong. Because most of their parents think what's wrong is right, and still don't have, like you said, the brain cells to understand, like, or to like finally grow up and mature and be an adult. But they made an adult move, but now they got an adult consequence and they can't, you know what I'm saying?
Adult responsibility.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like, really, it's just on that person. It's really on, like, I guess you can say the generation before that, like the parent. Like, what did you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you teach your kid to make, to make them go out here and just be wild out like that? Or just
here's
like,
the thing, they probably didn't get teach, period.
Right.
They probably didn't get the teaching so they can know right from wrong. That's the problem.
And that's my thing, bro. Like, now that I'm kind of like, because every day I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you get mature as you get older. So like every year that I grow older and just learn new stuff, bro, like I starting to understand, like, bro, you as a parent, you can't, like, and I'm not a parent, but I feel like as a parent, you can't just be out here just letting your children do, you know what I'm saying? You can't really give them everything because, you know what I'm saying, they get spoiled, but you can't like just beat them to death because that's not gonna help them. But I just feel like what you have to do, you have to give them real scenarios. I feel like people out here just letting their children do whatever. Like parents out here just letting their children, hey, they'll learn on it. They'll learn the hard way. Why do they have to learn the hard way? Why can't you tell them, like, obviously let them make that decision, make that choice, but obviously give them an example, you know what I'm saying? Give them an example of what would happen if this happened. You know, give them a good example so to keep them from making that bad decision. Like, bro, actually parent your children, like, if that makes sense. Like, actually parent them, actually give them guidance, like, because I feel like that shit, your child should not go to nobody else or should look for nobody else to tell important information, you know what I'm saying? Or certain information that's life changing. He or she should not go to nobody else to ask them about life changing situation. They should be able to come to you and be like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what about this, blah, blah, blah. Can you help me? And you should be able to tell them or give them a situation that happened to you. Be real. Cause either way it goes, that child gonna find out. Either do you like it or not, that child gonna discover something, you know? That child gonna discover something bad. But if you talk them like you already told them what happened and you know what can happen from your experience, you already dodged that bullet. But if you just be like, you gotta learn they're gonna learn the hard way, or they gonna figure it out if they have a kid. About it, why does it have to be like that?